Hey dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to get into why people are talking about a Jungkook tongue piercing and what is going on with that. Due to the recent Muster Sewuzu that BTS did, their live concert, and people have been talking about his tattoo and eyebrow piercing. There's been conversation around other piercings and the possibility of that. We also have someone Jimin knew previously coming out and saying something about Jimin. I think it's very cute. So grab your dumpling, tea spilling mug merch, and let's get into the tea. If you're new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified of some new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be first to leave your hate comment, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell also so you can be first to do so. Now let's jump into it. The first thing I want to get into is why people are talking about Jungkook's tongue piercing or alleged tongue piercing. Like, what is happening here? First off, if you didn't know, Jungkook has been talked about recently after his Butter single teaser. In the concept photo that were put out, you saw something like little pieces of jewelry on his eyebrows. And a lot of us were definitely wondering what is going on. Why was it there? Like, was it just jewelry makeup that he was wearing, almost like a costume? And was it just for fun? But then people were saying Jungkook knew what he was doing because the placement of it was to make it look like an eyebrow piercing. Now then afterwards, Jungkook decided to do a live stream where he spoke about the piercing because someone asked him about it, and he peeled off the jewelry and showed that it was fake. But soon after, people were seeing that it was no longer a piece of crystal, but it looked like a ball on his eyebrows. Some were even saying the skin looked lifted. If it was like a real piercing through the skin, then the skin will be lifted a little. So there were a lot of theories floating around, but nothing was confirmed. And Jungkook for sure hasn't confirmed any of it. So we don't know what's happening at all. Jungkook also came out in a t-shirt as well as a sweater that was ripped. But underneath the ripped sweater he was wearing, it looked like some sort of tank top. So you saw an upper bicep there, an upper muscling part of Jungkook. But it didn't just end there. I think after we saw Jimin come out with his lip piercing, whether that's real or fake, we have no idea. We just see things and we die. And we figure out later if it's real or not. We don't have time. We gotta die first. Regardless, this led to armies kind of go crazy and looking into some moments to see if Jungkook had anything else, perhaps that was going on with him piercing-wise or tattoo-wise. There was this moment where Jungkook was kind of singing and a reflection hit his tongue, and people thought this was a piercing that maybe new that he got, because why not also throw that in there? Jungkook hasn't done an interview or anything like that yet, and may not make another appearance like that until the muster is over. So we can only assume this until we see him talk in an interview or something. However, one person on the tweetster said Jungkook and his tats, his eyebrows piercings, and his tongue piercing. Now that is something interesting. Because it was definitely a quick moment that they slowed down, and it's not very clear. There was also another moment where Jungkook was kissing, and there was a similar look to this moment. Now, do I believe Jungkook has a tongue piercing from this clip? I don't think so. And let me explain. Trigger warning if you don't like piercings described to you, but here goes. There's two reflections here, so it would have to be one that is piercing through the top part of the tongue. Usually tongue piercings are pierced through, like top to bottom, not from back to front. That's weird to me. Like, I've never seen it. But I guess you can do it, why not? But as someone who has two big lights in front of me to film this, I can tell you, sometimes when I edit, it looks like a tongue piercing on me because the light hits my tongue and I have saliva. That's what most humans and animals have. So if you don't have cotton mouth or dry mouth, then you'll be able to see the reflection of the lights, which would explain why we see two in Jungkook's mouth. But also keep in mind, there's like probably 50 billion lights on Jungkook when he is on that stage. So reflections like that will happen. Armies everywhere were mad and upset because this was just too much. One person wrote, Jungkook on Fire Day 2, he is giving it his all and he is blowing a kiss on his part. I'm throwing myself out the window. He's so hot. We can't handle this. I also saw a post that I couldn't find anymore, but it was someone holding a knife and they were about to stab someone. And the one holding the knife is Jungkook's new selka that was posted. And the victim was all the photos and clips from the Muster Sewuzu. And people have been freaking out because there's so much content and each content is like, bam, new tattoo, new piercing, new abs, Jungkook in a crop top. Like, oh my god, I can't even cover everything that is going on because this is too much for me. Why did Big Hit or BTS decide to do all of this at once? Like, oh geez. Like, this is hard to breathe up in here. But while I do think there's a big possibility that Jungkook's eyebrow piercing is real, I don't think Jungkook has a tongue piercing. What he having a tongue piercing for? He ain't dating other people, he dating me. He don't need to impress me with a tongue piercing, okay? He want to impress me, just make eye contact. And I will be preggers. That's very impressive to me. I love eye contact that gets me preggers, but just for my boys. On a more serious note, I am glad that BTS is doing all of this. It makes me happy to see them not losing hope in doing concerts and still doing them. A lot of artists have kind of given up a little bit. I mean, they're still doing it, but they're kind of not doing it as often, or just kind of waiting the COVID situation out until they can do like a in real life concert. I think BTS misses performing so much. Obviously, even during a live stream where you can see everyone's faces because they have the screens there, it's still different being in person and feeling the energy. Performers feed off of your energy, and when they notice people not having fun, they know to amp it up or whatever. Where I imagine it's more different to do it through a screen, who knows? I'm glad more people are talking about this because these are cute moments happening. Recently, someone came out and discussed another cute moment that happened with Jimin. Jimin was once younger and was once in school. Shocking, right? I always imagine celebrities are just born and they're famous and skipped being a kid, but no, Jimin was indeed a kid before. And a former friend or ex-teacher came out and talked about what Jimin was like during their homeroom class. This was during his time in middle school. There was a high school student who alleged that their science teacher used to be Jimin's middle school homeroom teacher. I gotta be honest, I don't know if anyone from middle school and high school remembers me. Like, not student-wise, but teacher-wise. Because I was a very quiet kid. And so I'll be shocked if I ever become famous one day and all the teachers were like,
"We love teaching Dave."
and it'd probably be a teacher that never taught me, because I highly doubt any of my real teachers would remember me. So I'm always sus about these teachers that come out and say they taught members from BTS. But this one, there is some proof and likelihood that the teacher remembers Jimin, and I'll explain. But apparently this teacher told the student that this was Jimin's third year in middle school. And at one point, Jimin's dad came into the school to give the teacher a BTS album. Probably the first one or so. Apparently the life teacher that Jimin always mentions is the middle school science teacher. Jimin came from an unprivileged background. I suppose his family didn't have much money. That seems to have been the case for the majority of the BTS members, which is so inspiring. You gotta work hard, and maybe some luck has to play into it as well, but no doubt the boys worked hard. I'm glad Jimin has such a great relationship with this teacher. It's very important as a teacher to have a relationship with your students and really be an inspiration to them. I wish I had teachers that I could look back and think about how they helped me, but I don't really have any. I was really jealous of my peers growing up who had support from people other than family, because it's good. It's really cool to have people believe in you. I definitely wanted to see what some people were saying about this. Over on L Tweets there, one person wrote, "Diligent student, amazingly talented artist." In this world right now, where everyone is convincing one another to drop out of college and go to work, while I think it's necessary for some people, especially if you have a career lined up for you already, or very much know what you're going to do, then go for it. But if you don't, stay in school and don't just whatever it. Take your time with things and focus on it. That character trait will translate into success no matter what the field. Diligence and focus. These are skills you learn being in school that 100% translate into real life. If you're going to stay in school, then focus and work hard on it. If not, then why are you doing it? It's a motto I go by. Jimin's hard work as a student translates into how hard he works now being an idol, and one of the main reasons he is so successful. Talent only takes you so far if you are not hardworking or focused on your goal. He is talented and extremely focused. It's very inspiring for me to see. I absolutely love him. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it on the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon if you want to go over there and check that out. I have a lot of videos over there that I can't really post on here. This is due to copyright or getting taken down, so I do keep it over there on my Patreon. You can get videos over there like music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions. You can also recommend things you'd like to see over there. Currently, if you do sign up right now, you can get access to over 300 videos, almost 400 videos that are currently up, already available on there. I upload there daily, so if you'd like to go over there and check it out, you can. We also have a great time interacting with each other over there, as well as me sending out cards and photo cards to you guys if you guys are interested in any of that. All of that will be linked in the top of the description down below, so make sure you check it out. There's also a video over there that kind of explains how you can contribute or support this channel even more if you'd like to do that, so make sure you go over there and check that out. That video is free to watch on the front page. With that said, there's 2 videos that will appear up on screen at the end of this video, so click on one of those and I'll see you over there. Bye.